Welcome to another Kitplanes video brief. Today we're visiting with Matt Hlavac, Breezy builder.
Here's the aircraft that I built. It's a Breezy, originally designed back in the mid-60s. You can still get plans for the aircraft today through Carl Unger. This aircraft that I built here is powered with a 150 horse Lycoming. Original plans were for a Continental C90, and with the larger engine I made a few other modifications with it. It's got a full electrical system, a little different than the original, no electrical system. Some unique things about it: when you purchase the plans, it actually doesn't come with a set of wing prints for it. The original ones used J3 Cub wings, and this one uses a very similar wing that's produced by a company back in Wisconsin, Wag Aero, and you can buy a raw materials kit from them. And it's got modifications all the way through. The original Breezy had up front there was just a single yoke for controls, and I wanted dual controls and I wanted sticks, so I designed that. Have dual rudders. Also the engine pylon behind me is upgraded to handle the heavier weight engine, and just other little upgrades that you can do when you build stuff from plans, just to kind of make the airplane exactly what you're looking for. So why would you build a Breezy? The reason for me, for building the Breezy, is just to fly around slow and to stare at the ground. When I go flying, typically, you know, it's for breakfast on Saturday or to just take people up for rides, and it's got a lot of wow factor to it, just to be able to have, you know, unlimited visibility. Even the visibility that you get up in the pilot seat is increased from what you get back here, because sitting in the back you're staring at my head, but up front you have, all you see are your shoelaces and then everything else. Out in San Diego where I'm at, you can fly most days out of the year. You might have to dress a little in the winter, but it's perfect for this area. This aircraft is built from plans, and how it worked for me is I was able to buy a raw materials kit for all of the chromoly, and that was sold by Aircraft Spruce. Worked out pretty good. You do need to double check a few things, especially if you're going to make a couple of adaptations like I did, and you're going to need to source some additional tubing or different size tubing, different wall thickness tubing. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the wings are from Wag Aero, and that too was a kit. It comes with aluminum spars, aluminum ribs. You lay it out like you would build any wing of that nature, fabric covered. That's pretty straightforward to do. And as far as building from the plan set that Carl Unger sells, it was very straightforward. They don't give you hints or ideas on how to build any fixtures. You need to kind of work through that yourself, but looking, the dimensions on the print are all there. You can work backwards. You can, you know, do a little trigonometry if you need to make a fixture for this or for that, and it's all pretty straightforward. And took me 4 years to build it, so that, you know, that's some time, but it was worthwhile, and it was a good exercise, you know, for the head, but very straightforward. The performance of the Breezy is pretty easy to describe. It's really all just about the visibility. That's kind of the big wow factor. This one with 150 horse on it, it does climb aggressively if you want to hang it off the prop, so to speak. You can, not recommended, but it'll do it. And I typically cruise, if I'm not flying with other aircraft and trying to keep up, I'll cruise around 60 or 65. If I'm flying with my buddies, I'll usually bring it up to their minimum comfortable speed, which may be around 70. And it's not uncomfortable to fly at that speed. You will get a little tired, because I don't have any fairing on my Breezy, so your neck muscles may get a little tired after if you sustain that. And landing it's probably the easiest aircraft to land that I've ever flown. I don't have a lot of experience, but I do have tailwheel time, and I learned in a Cessna. And Cessna you'd think would be the easiest, a 150, but I think this is actually easier to land. One, due to the visibility, and two, because it's so draggy. When you stop going forward, you go down. You can land real short with this aircraft because it is so draggy, and you can make real steep approaches and not pay much of a penalty as far as having a bunch of speed to bleed off, because there's not much built up. Giving rides in the Breezy is a huge thrill. I mean, obviously, most passengers get a big thrill, but as the builder and the pilot of the Breezy, I do too. As soon as we land and we're off the runway, I usually get quite a bit of talk on how the flight went, and even from fellow pilots that may have been a little bit hesitant before going up. Usually are pretty gratuitous, and they have a real good time with it. Do hear some expletives from time to time if we hit some turbulence, but most of the time, I can't say that I've had anybody say they would never go up again in the Breezy. I've had plenty of people tell me that, you ever need a passenger, let me know.
Now that was fun.
For more information on the Breezy, pick up the October 2009 issue of Kitplanes magazine or visit www.kitplanes.com. This has been another Kitplanes video brief. Thanks for watching.